Hello, this is Coco from High Top. Now I'm in a farm from our client. Now total two buildings. One is for 40,000 layer chickens and the other is for the 100,000 layer chickens. For this first building, we use the 4 tiers layer chicken cage. And for the second building, we use the 8 tiers with a metal grade floor in the middle part. And the eggs from the two buildings will be conveyed to the egg storage room with this cross egg conveyor automatically. For this 100,000 layer chickens building, the material is prefab steel structure. You can have an overview of the whole structure. The client paid much more attention on the heat insulation quality of the sandwich panel. So we use the PU panel for both side walls and the roof. And for the roof, not only PU panel, we also have the fiberglass roll and the ceiling to make sure the heat insulation and the ventilation is good inside the building. And for the building, the size for the 100,000 layer chickens, it is 106 meters long and 15.5 meters wide and 7.5 meters high. Inside the building, we put 5 rows and 8 tiers layer chicken cage. Now I'm in the front part of this building for the 100,000 birds. Here are the two sets feed silo. We use the chain type feed conveying line, not the auger type. It's the chain type. And in the front part, you can also see the cooling pad. But for the cooling pad, we have two designs to protect it. Firstly, we use the metal mesh on both sides. This is to prevent some rotten animals like the rats, the rabbits, or snakes to damage the paper. And secondly, we use the painting cooling pad. You can see the color is not the paper color, it's the black color because the surface is painted, so the cooling pad lifespan is longer. This is the end part of the building. From this view, you can also see the first building. There are already chickens inside it. And this is the second building for the 8 tiers, 100,000 layer chickens building. We have two types of fans, the cone fan and the box fan. For this new building, the box fan, the size is 52 inches and the ventilation is very big enough for the 100,000 layer chickens. Some clients also use EC fan. For such big commercial farm, EC fan can save at least 50% energy because for the EC fan, the motor speed is variable. In the front part of the building, there are also the control room. Let me show you the control box inside this small room. This big control box is for the machines for the feeding, egg collection, manure cleaning, and also the ventilation. For the controller, we use the very famous brand is Monter ProTab. So there is a PLC control screen. It is easier to operate. And here are the controllers for the machines, for the feeding, and for the egg collection, and for the deflector, air intake window, etc. And behind it, it is a small control box for the lighting. The lighting control can be connected with this box, and it can also be an independent control box. The lighting is also automatic. the intensity and the time for the lighting can be adjusted automatically according to the chicken's age. Now I'm inside the building. From the inside part, you can see the cages. It is 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and 8 tiers. For the 8 tiers, we make it 2 floors. You can see this is the metal grade floor in the middle part. So 4 tiers for the lower part and 4 tiers in the upper part. And you can see here is the ladder, so you can go upstairs, check the 4 tiers upstairs. And we also give the battery type, the observation card. It uses the battery, so it can move automatically. No, not manual one. Very convenient. And in the gable wall, the front part is the cooling pad. Cooling pad is behind this, and this is the deflector. The deflector is very necessary because the air pass through the cooling pad, it becomes cool. If no such deflector, the cool air will blow to the chickens directly, so chickens will easily to catch a cold. So with such deflector, you can see it can change the air direction to the upper part first and then lower part. So with deflector, we can prevent the chickens to catch a cold. So very safe for the chickens. We also have deflector and cooling pad on the side wall, both sides of a wall. This is the deflector system for the side wall. And the control can be manual one or can be by hand and can be fully automatic. You can see this red winch. This is the control device for by menu, and this is the motor for control the deflector automatically. And for the deflector for the side wall, you can only open it to a certain degree. You cannot open it with such flat angle. But for the deflector on the gable wall, the front part, the deflector can be opened like this to a 90 degree. Now let me introduce you the different system. First, about the egg collection system. For the egg collection, you can see we have such a platform. The workers can stand here, collect the eggs. But also, we have the cross egg conveyor. The cross egg conveyor will connect each set the egg collection machine and then convey the eggs from each row of the cage outside the building to the egg storage room for fully automatic. And for the egg collection system, we have a soft egg filter in this part. For the whole production of the chicken eggs, the chickens sometimes give very soft eggs. So the soft eggs are easily to break. So we give this device, so the soft eggs will just drop from the gap here, and there is a metal tray here. So no dirty eggs, no broken eggs will be conveyed to the front part. So all the eggs you get are clean. And the second part is the feeding system. For the 8 tiers cage, the feeding cart is 2 parts. For the lower part, 4 tiers, this is the feeding cart. And for the upper 4 tiers, there will be another feeding cart. And for the feeding system, we also have special device to help you save the chicken feed. You can take a closer here. We have a scale for this feeding cart. This scale is to adjust the feed quantity for the chickens, because you know the chickens at different age, they eat different quantity of the feed. You have to make sure the feed distribution on the trough on the each tier of the trough is even. So you can get the body uniform for the chickens. Uniform body weight is very important for the egg laying rate. So with this device, it is very convenient to adjust the feed quantity. And we also have another special part is the rubber sticker here. This is used to prevent the chickens because when the feeding cart move, the chicken head will be in this part. So the rubber will prevent the chicken's head. So they are very safe. And we also have the feed returning device. You see, there is no cage in this part. But when the feeding cart move, it will also distribute the feed in this part. But no chickens here, right? If no chickens eat the feed, it will be a waste. So with this device can take the feed, extra feed, back to the cage part with this device. So we can save the feed for you. We save the feed, we save money for you. And for the cage system, we also have very good design. For example, for the distance between the top mesh and the belt, we make it 100 millimeter. The distance is much bigger than some other Euro brands. For some Euro brands, they make the smaller distance, so and they don't have the top mesh here. So chickens inside the cage, they always pack their chicken manure, or, so they are easy to get disease. But for our design, first of all, we have top mesh here, and secondly, we make the higher or bigger distance between the cage and the belt. So chickens won't pack the manure, so they are healthy. They lay good eggs. And for the cage size, we make it 1.2 meters long for one set cage. So it will be 60 centimeter long for each cage. We will put 8 or 9 chickens in the nest according to the chicken's body weight. And you see we give one frame every 1.2 meters. So we use more frames. The whole structure is more stable and strong. And for the material of the cage, we use the zinc aluminum for the surface treatment. It will be 275 zinc coating with 10% aluminum. It is better than the traditional hot galvanized. So the lifespan can be 15 to 20 years. And the lifespan for the metal part, like the frame, like the feeder, we also use better material. The surface treatment of the metal part, the frame, the machine, and the feeder, the surface treatment is zinc, aluminum, and maximum. It is also better than the traditional hot galvanized. So the lifespan also 15 to 20 years. And for the feeder trough, we use the 1 millimeter thickness metal part. Many other suppliers only give 0.8 millimeter, but we use 1 millimeter. So it is thicker and stronger. Let me show you. Even I step on the feeder, it is very stable. Because sometimes the worker will step on the trough to check the chickens, right? So with our feeder material, it is strongly enough. For the lighting system, you can see we use the special poultry lights, especially for the layer chickens. And the control system is also fully automatic. You can control the lighting time, you can control the intensity automatically. And for the layout of the light, it will be a lower light for the low tiers cage and the high light for the upper cage. For the lighting now, you can see it is not the low and high, low and high, because it is not finished the installation. After installation, the light will be low, high, low, high. So the lighting is very even for the each tier of the cage. Okay, now we go upstairs to check the structure and the layout of the floor. Follow me. Now we are on the second floor. You can check, this is the metal grade floor. We will connect the floor with the frames and with the cage frames. There will be many steel supporters under it. Here is the ladder.